Good evening. Welcome to the Sunbury Parks and Rec Committee meeting. Today is November 5th. It is 5:30 p.m. If we could get a roll call, please, Mr. Hennessy.
Mrs. Cooper.
Here.
Mr. Martin.
Here.
Mr. Ghost.
Here.
3 present. We have a quorum.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion on the October 1st minutes. Looking for a second.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Any discussion?
Yes. Under new business, Mrs. Oldabrowski reported that J.R. Smith Park project is 60% complete. I would say the design of the J.R. Smith Park project is 60% complete because the project hasn't even started yet when it comes down to the actual being
Right.
there. Is that okay with you?
That was the intent.
Okay.
Okay. With that edit then, we could get a roll call, please.
Mrs. Cooper.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Mr. Ghost. Abstain. 2 yeas. Motion approved.
Okay. Any visitors this evening? Seeing none, we will move on to the J.R. Smith Park bid package update.
Well, I'll do just a little introduction, and if Carla wants to add some, she can. So what I wanted to share is that on the council agenda this evening, you will see an ordinance regarding the financing for J.R. Smith Park improvements. So it's the first reading. We'll do the full 3 readings, so no action is anticipated this evening. It does allow for a maximum borrowing of $3.5 million. We don't anticipate that we borrow that full amount, but until we've got the bids from the contractors, we won't know what the final ordinance amount will be, or the final borrowing amount will be. Keep in mind, we've got $1 million already. So the engineer's estimate, including some of those additional items that the mayor had referenced at the last meeting regarding connections through the Lions building up to 37, and then I think a little bit of improvement on sidewalk along Cherry Street. I think if I'm saying that correctly, those are included in the plan. So you wanted to make sure the rest of that intersection will be covered by something else that Carla will address later. So at the moment, that puts the total estimate somewhere around 4 million, give or take a few bucks. The other thing I will say is that our plan is to bid the project in a way that we'll have an alternate. I think the alternate plan is for all of the playground equipment. So everything else will be in the base bid. The equipment will be in an alternate bid. So we can determine whether or not that's, a competitive bid. We do know that there are some options, or we anticipate that there would be some other bidders if we went out separately on the play equipment. We think we might be able to bid that separately if we don't get a competitive bid through the overall process. The other thing that it does is it also positions us well to seek some grant assistance as well to help pay for that. So there's for the playground equipment. So that's the strategy behind that. I think the schedule remains the same.
Yep, so we are looking at doing the bid opening the second week in December. So ahead of that, we will have a bidders conference, and we'll be advertising the project over the course of a couple of weeks. So we've already spoken to the consultant for Dantis about making sure that timeline is realistic. So we haven't set the exact bid date yet, but hopefully I will have that information to you at the next meeting.
All right.
And the only other thing I wanted to clarify, when we bid the alternate out, it will be for the play equipment and the play surface. So that rubber poured surface as well, and combine that in a package.
So we're gonna have two different bids, or we're gonna request 2 different bids, but at the same time.
It's a single bidding process where they bid on the base project, which is everything but for the 2 items that she referenced. The alternate, no worries. The alternate will be included. They will submit a price for the alternate. So we do anticipate it's a single bid package with a base bid and an alternate to it. Like I said, and then we can make a decision as to whether or not we use that contractor and that alternate, or if we decide to go in a different direction. So
potentially we could have 2 different groups,
we could,
but okay.
that's not where we're going to start.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so I think that's just the update that we wanted to make sure that you heard this evening. And again, understand that there's an item on the council agenda that begins that reading process.
Okay. Very exciting.
Yes, very much so.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. Old Orchard Park.
So Amber and I, we met with Aaron Noblet and Jake Stockmaster shortly after the placement of Johnny Appleseed to discuss the issue of invasive species and overall next steps for the park. There's a lot of overgrown brush and invasive species that are like intertwined. So it's a very difficult process to remove them. So essentially the most effective approach would be to mow it down. And then once we have it mowed, the invasive species are removed. That allows us to go back in and plant more native species in that area. And in the packet, on package page 3, I included this Old Orchard Park evaluation that Aaron Noblet put together last year, 2024. It just kind of outlines the invasive species, what native wild trees are there. It talks about the apple trees. So kind of the process of what we need to do and our next steps forward in that sense to remove all those invasive species.
If it gets mowed down, and then is the plan gonna be to kind of try to keep it looking like a lawn with trees planted in it rather than just letting brush grow?
Well, we're gonna let the brush grow. We're gonna save what we can. He's gonna go through and mark the trees, which ones we can save, which ones we can remove.
Okay,
But yeah, it'd be a mix. So it wouldn't look like a lawn. It would be similar to how it is now, but with native species.
okay, cool. Thank you.
So that's where we're at in that process for Old Orchard Park.
Can I share an update with Old Orchard Park as well? I know we usually go through the parks one by one, but Jake Stockmaster informed me, I believe 2 weeks ago, that the public service team was out trying to address the drainage issues. They looked at doing more of a grading and trying to stabilize the edge with the understanding that we'll have to keep an eye on the drainage and see if that helps with some of the debris that's been landing on the path. If more work needs to be done, adding piping and trying to maybe extend it a little bit further to the stream, that's something that we can look at doing and maybe planning for a capital project. But if you're out there and you see that it is in a certain condition, please let me know so that we can keep an eye on it.
Okay.
Part of the idea behind it is a lot of what nature can do. So we want to try to have it be as natural looking as we can and keep it in a natural form. I think,
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree.
Okay, thank you.
So the only other thing I was going to add, is that I think the plan essentially is with next year's budget, this is one of the plans in terms of a park improvement. It's not I don't think we need additional appropriation necessarily to do it. I think we've allotted for that as part of the budget planning process. So it's not a big kind of investment in our park, but it is expected to be, again, a little bit of an enhancement beyond what we've got now. And of course, we'll do all the other things we do in our park. This is part of our traditional budget and the J.R. Smith Park project. So that's kind of, if you think about our park activities next year, I think that's the reason why Alyssa wanted to kind of bring this. Yeah.
Great.
Mhm.
Okay. Moving on to new business, we have Christmas on the Square. You have the event permit application on page 9 of your packet. Mrs. Crawford, would you like to come up to the podium and talk about Christmas on the Square? No, she's already been to the events committee. Do you want to talk about the event and if anything is different this year? Or is it hidden?
Okay.
You got it?
Oh, we're on now. Okay, we're good. Yes, most of, Nancy Crawford, Chamber of Commerce, 39 Granville. Most of the event is the same. It'll be here on the square. We'll have the parade at 5:30. We've asked for our food trucks to be on Granville. We've asked for the same road closures, assistance from the police. The big difference this year is that Columbus Street will remain closed between Cherry and Granville so that we can have an iceless ice rink.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's a first, isn't it?
it is.
That's good.
It is. Yep. But I think that, I mean, there will be a little bit more music on the square this year. So we'll have some DJ music and we'll have some live choir and vocalists singing. But other than that, most of the event will remain the same.
Is a Civic, Big Walnut Civic a part of it at all, or is it just all
No.
chamber?
No, it's all chamber except for the tree lighting, which is the city's, of course.
So this has already been through the events committee. It has already been through our services, police, fire, staff. So we're just checking off a box here with the Parks Committee, but
I guess the other big change is, and it's not a huge change, but we found after debriefing with the city the past couple of years that the parade tends to end out here on the Granville Columbus Street corner instead of, not everybody necessarily goes back up to the library on Burr. A lot of people are scattering. So we're essentially going to end the parade there. So any walkers, anybody, obviously vehicles will continue to drive up Granville, but any walkers will be instructed to move off the road.
anything?
So Santa might be in a new location this year, but that allows an opportunity for an activity at the lower level of the building, so.
That's right.
Yeah.
Santa will be under the gazebo this year.
Oh, good.
And is the band gonna be participating?
I hope so.
I just wondered if you heard from them.
We have not. We've actually reached out to both Big Walnut and Olentangy Berlin. Have not heard back, but I'm also waiting for some maybe updated contact information. And we'll continue to do that reach out because we'd like to have one or even two bands. But people are signing up for the float and we've got some new food truck vendors as well as some of the ones that we've had the past few years. So yeah, things are coming along and we're excited.
Good, looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
Thanks, Nancy.
Okay, moving on, we have town hall and shelter house rental policy and application and rental agreement.
So these updates go with the events documents, but these ones are coming to parks since it involves town hall and the shelter houses that are at the parks. So for the policy, there wasn't too many changes. Mainly it was just wording, spacing. We added under hours and noise on top of page 17. We added the shelter house hours instead of just park hours from dawn to dusk unless otherwise posted or pre-approved. Under prohibited items, I guess that changed it. Never mind, sorry. For cancellation and refunds, we just changed the wording that no refunds will be issued for same-day cancellations due to inclement weather. However, rentals can be rescheduled for another available date, but you can still receive a refund if the cancellations are made at least 24 hours prior. So just a couple small changes. Also, the food distribution, just adding the Delaware County Health Department, make sure that all the permits are submitted. So that's mainly it for the policy. The application and rental agreement, adding in language about the resident and non-resident $25 deposit. Also adding that the deposit, you have the option to donate to the Parks and Recreation Department if you would like. Just adding in J.R. Smith shelter house as well, getting that ready for when it's open. Yeah, the others just changes or just some language, so it's pretty much it. There wasn't too many, wasn't.
Question there, I see under the town hall, it says, resident $25 an hour, first 3 hours. That's the only place that appears, that's the,
Right, that is the actual current rate for town hall. It's $25 for the first 3 hours. And then anything after that is just $100 flat fee.
and then, but that's not the same for the other 3 listed.
Not the shelter houses. We've never charged for the shelter houses. We're just asking now for a security deposit to be held while the rental takes place.
I see, okay.
So like Ms. Graziano said, the events committee is taking a deeper dive into the whole permit policy. That will be coming to council, and this is the part that sort of affects parks, so.
Good.
Looks good, the formatting looks good, it's easy to read.
Yeah.
Easy to understand if you're not familiar with this, you're just trying to get what you need, so looks great, thank you.
So just so you know, then at this point, what the plan is, we will bring it to the council meeting. We'll bring both this policy and the events permit policy to council at the next meeting. Don't anticipate that we're going to act on it necessarily at that meeting, although we might. But really would like to get it approved before the end of the calendar year so that we can get this in effect for the
2020.
2026. So this and the event, or the event policy, so.
So the events committee will have one more look at it, and then we'll bring it to council.
Well, no, I'd like to put it on the council agenda for November 19th. And I think
I think events is
events,
before that,
is events before
It
that?
should be.
Oh, okay, then we
the
will.
day before
Then we
that,
will.
so.
Yeah, it'll be the day before.
Then.
Okay, so one last
Yeah.
look to the events committee, because we've been kind of going back and forth with that, and then we'll bring it to council, possibly approve, if not that night, then ideally the next. Okay, yep, sounds good. Okay, other parks business. Do we have any other parks business, Ms. President?
There's not too much going on. So for Freedom Park last month, we talked about Brooke Gable and her Eagle Scout project, the bridge that she built out at Freedom Park. She's actually going to be recognized at council tonight for her hard work and her contribution to the park.
So the bridge has been built?
Yes, it's been built. It's fully completed.
Where at in the park is it? I gotta go out there and look at it.
It's the very back.
Hole 10. If you go towards hole 10, towards the back of the park, which is the left corner of the field, you'll be able to find it.
Didn't we get to see a picture of it
Yeah,
last
we saw
month?
a
Can you
picture.
pull that picture up? Because Tim wasn't at that meeting.
Or can you have it for council?
It'll be there. She's gonna come. She's a whole little presentation that she presented for Eagle Scouts. So it has pictures from start to finish.
Okay,
Good.
okay, great.
Yeah.
You'll see it in a little bit.
Good to.
We saw it. It must have been at the last meeting.
Yeah.
It was much bigger than I had thought. Did a great job.
Quite impressive.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
For Sunbury Memorial Park, we had one burial this month, and Town Square, we had 2 separate events take place on the square, and they were both successful. Emergency services reported no incidents for either event.
Great. Anything else from the committee tonight?
No, man.
Anything else from staff? I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Cooper?
Yes,
Mr. Ghost?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
3 yeas, we are adjourned.
thank you.